Hello and welcome to another episode of Kwesi's Corner with me, Kwesi, in association with Drumshack. Today we are here again with Tom Wright.
Hello, hello.
Jazz extraordinaire. And we'll be talking about the first of a new series called Jargon Busters. So we are going to bust some jargon up next. So today, first part of our Jargon Buster series, as you know, this is a jazz section. We are going to be talking about a few bits of jargon that might be alien to some of you starting out, or even not even just starting out, like some of you just might not know some terms. So you might be in a jam session, or you might be doing something with some people, and they'll be like, blah, 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 and you'll be like, what the buh? And then, you know, it just doesn't work out for you. So here we have Tom with us to kind of break down some of those bits of jargon we've selected. Obviously, there's loads, but we've come up with a few that we think would be good for you guys to know. We're going to start off with the first one, and the first one is straight ahead. What is straight ahead?
Straight ahead. If someone tells me on the bandstand, right, Tom, this next tune is pretty straight ahead, nothing to worry about, they'll usually chuck in a term like that, nothing to worry about, because straight ahead really means a very conventional jazz tune.
Okay.
In terms of the feel that the drummer's going to lay down.
Sure.
So you're likely going to be wanting ting, ting, ka-ting, jazz ride cymbal pattern. Bass player's either going to be playing in two, or more likely, if they say straight ahead, he'll be walking.
Right.
And it's just your most conventional kind of jazz playing.
So you're going to see our guy Tom doing some straight ahead up next. So I'll just introduce him and I'll be like, listen, Tom, it's just a straight ahead thing, nothing major.
Yeah.
Run the tape, innit? Next up, next bit of jargon for you guys. To feel.
Alright, to feel is when the bass player will be playing two dominant beats in the bar.
Right.
Right? Usually on beats 1 and 3. Okay?
Okay.
Doom, ga-doom, 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 boom, boom, or something similar to that, right? And so your drumming should be complementary to that. So a common thing you might do is play the typical hi-hat jazz thing. So it's the jazz ride cymbal pattern on the hi-hat, and you close it on 2 and 4. So you got right. That would work well whilst your bass drum's following what the bass player's doing.
Cool.
Or you might play like a broken ride cymbal kind of pattern, but it's still got that 2 feel to it.
Okay.
2 strong beats in the bar.
DJ, run the tape. Next one is one I've heard quite often, and one you may have heard. It's more innocent than it sounds. It's feathering. Explain to us what feathering is.
So feathering relates to your bass drum, and you're gonna.
Oh, does it?
You're gonna lightly play the bass drum 4 to the floor, or some of you guys out there might argue that you could also be feathering if you play 2 in a bar. So if you just play on beats 1 and 3, but it's basically playing the pulse of the music on the bass drum lightly throughout whatever you're doing.
Okay.
Underneath whatever you're doing.
Cool. Tom, take it away, man. Show us what the feathering thing is about. So next up, the fourth bit of jargon we have for you is shuffle. Tom, break it down.
People often say, well, what's the difference between shuffle and swing? Well, shuffle does have swung quavers or swung eights, dingy, 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 ding, right? But the distinctive thing about a shuffle is it's got a strong 2 and 4. Okay, so it's going to be a very conventional jazz thing, ding, ding, ka-ting, 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 ka-ting. But you're going to put that heavy 2 and 4 in there.
Okay, cool. You're going to see that up next. Shuffle away, Tom. Shuffle away. Next one we have for you is form.
Okay, form. If I'm on a jam session, I don't know what tune someone's calling. I think, oh, right, what's going on here then? I'll say, what's the form? Okay, and the form is the overall structure of the tune. And in a jazz situation, it's likely to be either a 12-bar blues or a 32-bar song. A rhythm changes is a 32-bar song. Many songs have been written upon a rhythm changes chord sequence. Okay, there's some other less common forms, but then the leader of the band should really specify how it's slightly different. There's one slightly common form is what people might call the all the things you are form, which is a 32-bar tune with an extra 4 bars on the end. So it's like A, B, extended A section.
Okay, standard. You're going to see a bit of that up next. Tom, take it away. Alright, so last but not least, we have the last jazz term for today. So the next one is trading. Tom, explain to us what trading is, how you go about that, what's good.
Cool. Trading is soloing between 2 musicians or more. So from the drummer's perspective, the band leader might go, oh, right, we're going to play the head, which is, oh, there's another bit of jargon for you. That's the main tune, which you play at the start. Then typically you go into solos and you all sort of do a round robin thing where everyone takes a solo. But if the drummer doesn't fancy a solo, or the band leader won't blooming well give you one, they might say, well, we'll do some trading on this tune. So if the band leader's a saxophone player, for example, he might take 4 bars of solo, then he gives you 4 bars, and it goes back and forth like that over the course of the form. That's another key thing. Another common question with students is like, oh, when it gets to the trading, is it just sort of like on one 8-bar vamp? No, the trading continues to go over the course of the form. So you will end your trading at the top of the form to play the head out.
Okay, cool. So Tom's going to demonstrate that. For those of you who don't know what trading is, he's about to trade. Hold tight, guys. yeah, so that's it really. Remember, if you ever forget any of those bits in the middle of a gig, you just go to YouTube and go to this video and then click on it and then forward it to whatever bit. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. It's embarrassing. It's Chaz. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. Thanks for watching. Please do not hesitate to like and subscribe if you are so led to do so. If there's anything that you like in here, let us know. If there's anything you don't like in here, think about it before you write it down, because I may respond. Just saying. So, yeah, so we'll see you next week with more shenanigans.
See you later.